we are going to have a bit of a look-see at some of these recent masterpieces. You don't seem very enthused. What's up?
I know that I won a bunch of games yesterday, but I felt like they were. Remember when you told me I win a lot of messy games? These were like very messy.
Yep. Okay. Let's see the mess because I've already seen a few things that I wanted to point out to you.
Yeah,
So the first
that's
thing that I want to ask you here
yeah.
is that how many candidate moves do you have here for black? Which one is your favorite and why? That was a lot of questions.
Actually, I'm cheating a little bit because I reviewed this game afterwards. I played h6, but the correct move was h5.
Radio. So why is the correct move h5?
Well, if we go h6, they can just go h5, and then I have this bishop on h7, and they have um those annoying pawns that
No, it's not
uh
that h6 is bad, Alex. There is
yeah.
nothing wrong with h6. It's much more because h5 is a lot better. So I
Okay.
don't want you to talk about h6 being bad because it's not. It's the fact that h5 is good. That's
Okay.
where we come in. So what makes h5 good?
So h5, if they take, we just take with the bishop, uh, and they end up with very bad pawns on h4, f2. But if instead they can go g5 there.
Yeah, and why is that a tragic positional blunder borderline by white? What does it surrender to us irreparably? Which square?
f5.
Bingo. So after h5, g5, the entire king side is locked up, frozen,
Yeah.
and this is where white wanted to run their show. And now instead they get blockaded on f5 and you still have your pawn break on c5.
Hmm.
Right? So it is merely a recognition of what's going on in this pawn structure. So as soon as they play e5 and we have this pawn structure, white's most thematic pawn break in the position is g4, f4 to play for f5. Right? But white needs to be very careful about how they carry this out. Because let's say you go f4, I go knight d7, you go whatever. So you play g4 too soon. If I now bite into it, you cannot keep the pawn on g4 with h3 because it's pinned. And so you are forced to either capture or push, both of which eliminates the chance for white to be able to play f5 and be able to retake with the pawn. Right? So a dream scenario for white in this opening would look like, I don't know, I'm just going to now play a few airy-fairy moves so that you get the gist, is that now I'm pushing you with f5. And if you go h5, now I can just sidestep it. You do something and f5. And now I'm coming at you. Knight e2, knight f4, white's pawn attack and pawn storm kind of thing, or pawn break with f5 has been carried out. This is success. Now, if you compare this to your game, if you play h5, this is never going to happen in this game ever again. Because there's no answer to this that would allow white to carry out f4, f5 afterwards successfully. Okay, so as such, h6 was a slight inaccuracy. And even here, funnily enough, after f5, I would have liked you to play h5 to immediately split the pawns again. To provoke g5, when again the f5 square has been surrendered to your pieces and you can ultimately break with c5 and your pawn break is going to have an impact. They failed to create a pawn break. Okay, so bishop e7 is not bad, although I'm not quite convinced. You went bishop e4 here, pawn hunting, like we always do, right? Now, I beg you to tell me what the plan was in case of h5 here. Did you want to just take and check?
That's an option.
It certainly is an option. Yeah, I suppose. I guess we have to. Okay. Okay, so they took back.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't know
my
what that
god.
was.
Well, they didn't want to lose the h4 pawn with a check, but this is just stupid because they still lose h4. So wow. Hmm. I don't know if we were in a hurry to come back, but I guess. I was looking at knight d7, but maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, I would prefer to play knight d7 here. Because if f5, then you can pull the bishop back to g5 right away rather than having to come back all the way. And if g5, I can take once and just knight d7, knight g6, and that will be, or even knight f5, and I'm holding on to this very firmly.
That's what I was
Yeah.
scared of. But yeah, I see.
Because now you are treading on the toes of the knight, so now it takes a lot of moves to complete development. I dislike this capture a lot
Okay.
because it opens up the G file. It allows white now to push in with E6. Now we are under a lot of pressure with these pawns. Not a fan. I don't see any benefit associated with this capture whatsoever. Like none. I don't understand why why is it even a candidate move is where I am. Like my two candidate moves for black here would be bishop g5 and knight d7. And that's it, nothing else. I wouldn't even look at pawn takes.
Okay.
So why did you? What made you look at the take and then go like, actually, that's my best move?
Um, to be honest, I did regret it afterwards because after f takes, there were some ideas of going
Oh,
e6 and pushing the pawn.
I
So,
bet you did regret that. Yes, but what
uh,
I'm trying to fix is the thinking that has led to you
yeah,
picking that move. By the way, I would like to correct myself. I have
yeah.
got a third candidate, which is queen d5, which has very quickly become my favorite move. Did we consider it?
No, no. There I just took. I did not think very much. King, Queen
What?
d5. What? But uh,
Easily my favorite move. Easily.
well, what do we do after Queen h3? I mean, we are pretty
I tell
happy
you what,
with.
I tell you what I do, Alex, because at first this is why I was reluctant to do this, because I realized that bishop g2 is a tempo, but then I have a check. So what it allows me to do is to develop, and I'm one
Yeah,
move away from casting the hell out of these oppressive pawns.
yeah.
Good luck to you doing anything to me. Bishop g2, I have a check. You bugger off, and that's it. See ya. All counterplay has ceased to exist because your king is secure. So that looked good too. Okay, so we took, and then we played knight d7, which is inviting e6 a little bit. Yeah, this feels so cramped now. I like that. Now, this looks like suicide, right? Because of check. Ay, ay,
Uh,
ay.
I saw that, and I thought in my head, if I just go King f8, then I'm fine.
Define fine for me. Oh, because after takes queen e7, you're pinning the pawns I don't have mate, and I can't take this either. No, this is not on, Alex, because you're blundering g5. How is that fine? We just lost the game, and we lost it through a very ugly blunder too. Hello, pin.
Oh,
Hello,
I did
pin.
not see that. Yeah. That's true.
I think your only legal move here that doesn't lose on the spot is knight f8. And that is a hell of an ugly move. Because I think now after take queen h5, I have got g6. And if you take, then I take your queen, you take mine, I take back, I remain a piece up. If you take, I take, and now I manage to cover this. So now after take, I defend the rook. Yeah, but that was a very, very challenging move to find, knight f8 here. So that was, I think, a blunder. Oh my god. Queen g4, interesting. Isn't 93 like completely ripping their head off here?
I was looking at that, but I thought I'd just simplify. But
yeah, look, I'm not gonna give you grief. Like queen g4 puts the game away, but 93 check here and castles is definitely the real way to go. Yeah, and then rook e8 next.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the sexy way. We went for the safe and certain. Hello, isn't knight f4 winning a piece? Because of pin next.
Oh, true.
I mean, it should. I knew that they were gonna go there and not here. So, oh my god. But
This
objectively
was really
speaking, I
bad.
think either of these checks were better because you need to go after the bishop.
Okay.
Okay, classy.
Very
All right,
classy.
don't forget that h5 ID, Alex. It's very, very important.
All right. Yeah. Can we go back
And
to
by the way, I just want to show you something
yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
The actual opening theory here for white is knight e2. And the reason why is because this move prevents h5 by virtue of threatening knight f4. And now you're stuck because you are not exactly a big fan of these triple pawns. And if you want to avoid that, then you have to give up this pawn here, which is still not the end of the world, right? But it's suboptimal. So after knight e2, better it is to play, I think c5 is one of the biggest main lines with a quick knight c6 and try to build up pressure on the center.
Okay.
Sorry, you were going to ask a question.
Yeah. Can we flip the board, please? I need to. Okay. Instead of 92, in some positions, they put the bishop on d3.
Yeah, that's when you go like, thank you. Because you want this trade all the time, every time, right?
Okay, so if we trade, can they still go for the f4, f5 plan?
They certainly can. I mean, we
Yeah.
can't deny them from play, right? I wouldn't take it, by the way. I would play c5.
Ah,
And then knight c6 and immediately go after the pawns. It's very important that as soon as they don't threaten you, you go for break with c5, knight c6, and go after the loose pawns.
okay.
And you are a happy camper. So yes, f4, f5 is a plan. We can't deny plans entirely, but we can have our own plans instead to focus on. And if that is more oomphy and punchy, then we are happy.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm guessing that covered it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. London Slaughterhouse Fest. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I'm very much digging this, Alex. This is very good chess. Imagine when you start playing a proper opening, what an absolute chess boss you will become.
Oh no, wait, I remember this game. Damn. They were all so messy. Okay.
If you want to play knight e5, I would rather take this and then knight e5. Because the idea of knight e5 is that you want to have a knight on e5 dominantly, rather than
Yeah.
having to like black is really passive, right? They're really struggling. So to trade substantial amount of pieces is not in your interest at all. In fact, there is a very good case to be made here for even just coming back and go like, no, I'm not trading. And as soon as you manage to hold down these two pawn breaks, you're gonna be golden. Right? But 95 trading both horses, it feels to oh god, feels to me a bit too much. That was great.
No,
What?
I messed up. I messed up. Oh,
So wait,
this.
Carino, isn't knight g5 winning the game here?
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is.
May I very gently inquire why we're not doing it?
Because I sometimes have this problem where I set my brain on an idea and I just go for it no matter what and not consider others. It's a problem.
And humor. Oh, okay. Actually, I get it. So you wanted to take it because you wanted to go check and mate, right?
Yes. That's all I wanted.
No, to be fair to you, while it's not good, at least your justification for what you did was an aggressive attacking idea. I am
All
more
right.
inclined to forgive these types of mistakes if the mistake is also of an attacking concept. But 95 is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then we have got this very sexy situation. I don't think we have mate though.
No, but we win the queen. Yeah.
We win the house, yeah. Like
Yeah.
everything falls,
And
yeah.
the house. True. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ay
That's
ay
true.
ay. Yucky. Okay, so G6 was found.
Yeah. I
Oops.
saw G6 after I played the move, but then again, I set on an idea and I just still go for it. Which sometimes it's good, but not in this case.
Okay, so humor me. Why are we not going here Queen H6? Because of knight G4. Ay ay ay.
Yeah.
Is that correct? That's why we're doing go here? Oh boy. Yeah, it never rains. It pours, eh? And now they actually should have taken your rook, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is absolute dog poo. There is no way that this move is good. Oh, Alex.
I know, I know. I went for a nice idea later though. They still
Okay,
gave me the
so
chance.
talk to me, lady, here for a second.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to take back with the F?
Because that opens up the rook. There's the king.
Okay, so
Yeah,
wouldn't you say that doubling on the F is a very attractive idea?
it is. Yeah.
So, hello, let's guard the pawn and double up.
Oh, absolutely true. Yeah. Yeah,
Right? Like, I don't even know what that was.
true, true.
Given that you just announced your desire to play on the F file and you are forced to play the best move on the board. Yeah,
Hmm.
that didn't happen. Oops. Now, if you didn't do this, I'm gonna cry
I
very, very,
didn't.
very
I
big
didn't.
tears.
I did something else.
It's inexcusable, Alex, because I don't know if when I called it out, I didn't know if it worked or not. But that's how the
You
chess
just
player's
thought,
mind works.
yeah.
That as soon as they go there, your brain goes like, no way, rook f7. And then you calculate, right? But there's no way that you're not instantly clicking like rook f7. It has to be your instinct. It's literally that. It's an instinct.
Hmm.
And nothing can override it and nothing should. It's the killing instinct without which there is no successful chess player. Unfortunately, we went a little bit of for glory, didn't we? I'm not quite sure what the purpose of this move is, though. Are we trying to shield g5 so that we can go knight g5 next? Is that it? I mean, that is very clever. My only concern is I don't understand what you want to do after bishop f8. Which you are literally forcing here, right? So
yeah.
we are forcing black to play bishop f8 because everything else loses to knight g5. So if you are winning after bishop f8, you are forgiven. But it
Well,
seems
that's
to me
what
that you're forcing
happened.
the. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Look, in a way, I really, really admire and value the creativity that went into this attacking pattern. It was very original. If it weren't for the fact that you had a
Yeah.
very basic instant knockout, I would be very proud of what you did. But as is, which is, I can't just pretend that you didn't have a super basic instant knockout, but it's winning. So you still get the rewards. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as you made it sound like.